Today, you'll hear a story about a medium-sized printing company called Label Apeel. They are based in Leicester, and their managing director is Stuart Kellock. Stuart, my first question is, what were the main reasons for you engaging with AIM Professional Services?
We were reflecting on our management setup, and we recognised that there was still one or two weaknesses that we wanted to have a look at. So we knew that we had good managers, but they were lacking some knowledge of good management practice. So we wanted somebody who could come in and help us to learn or teach us how good management practice. We also recognised the fact that we needed to bring our management team together a lot more and get them working together as a team. So finding a company like AIM who were able to offer both services in the one package was a real bonus.
Okay, and do you feel that you've been able to galvanise that team?
The team is without a shadow of a doubt far stronger now than it was before we started the programme. They've now come together as a team and are working a lot tighter and a lot closer on joint projects.
Okay, what was your initial reactions after the few workshops? Could you see some improvements?
I think it was difficult after the first few workshops. It was difficult to see significant improvements, but what we did start to see after those first few workshops was the issues starting to magnify themselves a little bit, and it's being able to pick out what the issues were. For us, those issues were that we had two teams within one. We had a set of managers who quite clearly needed to be fast-tracked and needed to be get focused on improving quickly. Whereas we had some other managers who needed just a little bit more care and attention, and a little bit more core knowledge inputting. So being able to make that, identify those two areas to work on, allowed us then to strengthen the team better.
So would you say that the organisational capability has improved overall?
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. We've seen the capability of the whole organisation move on by leaps and bounds.
And has this had an impact on the customer satisfaction, do you feel?
I think the customer satisfaction is starting to have an impact. It is starting to have an impact on customer satisfaction. I think probably more than that, it's having an impact on employee satisfaction. What we're seeing is the managers are happier. They're making better decisions. They're making more positive decisions. They're actually working on the business rather than in the business. They're working on their teams and on their working environments rather than just working in the day-to-day panic to get the job out. So that's then having an impact on people inside of the teams. They're seeing that, they're seeing the benefits of that, they're starting to see their working environments improve, they're starting to see their working practices improve, they're starting to see machinery improving, and we're starting to reap the benefits from that employee engagement.
Oh, excellent. So presumably you might see discretionary effort. See examples of that?
We're getting a lot of people coming forward with some great ideas. You know, we're seeing right the way through the entire business. It's not just on the shop floor. We're seeing the accounts team come together, and they're working with some lean practices in there, which I think, you know, the companies much larger than us would be very pleased to see their accounting team working on lean practices in the way that our accounting team are. You know, we've seen significant savings. Very little things which are making big differences. Just taking the accounts team as an example, they've got one process down from 7 hours a week down to an hour and a half a week. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've only got 3 people inside of that, or 2.5 people inside of that team, those 5 hours are an awful lot of time.
So would it be fair to say that you've seen the return on your investment?
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, we've seen significant improvements in terms of the amount of wastage on press. We've seen significant improvements in terms of the amount of uptime on press. We've seen big steps forward in our sales team, as an account, and in our accounts team, as I mentioned as well. You know, we're seeing bottom line improvements. That is clearly being seen because of what we did with AIM.
Okay. And do you think you can sustain this momentum?
Sustainability is always a difficult issue. It's something that, you know, I'm always a little bit shy of committing to. But certainly based on the way the managers have engaged with that, certainly based on the way that they've taken on board what they've been shown and what they've been taught and how they've engaged with it, I don't see any issue why the sustainability and the continuous improvement shouldn't be ongoing.
So is it fair to say that your expectations were met by the AIM services?
I wasn't expecting to see the improvements that we've seen so quickly, and to see that converted into financial improvements at this early stage is great. You've got to remember, we've gone from a business that was making a profit of 1 or 2% to a business which is now making 7 and 8%. That's over a period of 4 months. Our expectation and the expectation of the management team, what they're reporting in to me is they're keen to see double-digit profit margins before the end of this year. That's a significant turnaround for any business.
Well, thank you very much, Stuart.